Hey everybody. This is a quick, I don't know what to call it, a quick how to trade using Holy Grail maybe? I'm not sure. I just had a question asked me in the group, how do you get into a trade? Every time I get into a trade it reverses on me. Well, sometimes that happens. But not if you're following the script. This is live. This is price action going on today. This is the 14th, Valentine's Day. Let me see if I can explain a couple of things. When the volume is like this, there's not a whole hell of a lot you can do. The script or the set of scripts are being triggered by different functions. SMA, EMA, MACD, depending on the script, every time a line crosses, it's going to fire. And it's doing its job. It's firing every single time it sees a trend change. But there's no volume here. So how do you pick when to get into this? This one right here. See, we got a sell signal here. But that is, let me see if I can blow this up a little bit. That has a green candle body. It's got a red outline, but it's a green candle body. So that tells me that it's going to be bearish. The script, see here? Candle bodies are non-existent. When it fired here, this is when I would have jumped in. Here. These are MACD scripts down here. This is based on RSI up here. We got a lower low. She went sideways. We got a higher low here. That tells me it's going to change direction. Here we've got a green outline with a red body. That tells me it's undecided, but it's probably going bullish. We fired a long signal here, and she's heading up. See, we got buy signal right here. We got a buy signal here. We got a trend direction saying that there's going to be a trend direction here, change. Same here. It's telling us to keep our eye on it. And the candle volume starts to disappear again. So we fired a lower high. And every time we fire a lower high, that means there's probably a direction in the works. We threw a sell signal here. God mode was ahead. If we had followed God mode, we'd have changed direction here. Stayed in it here, stayed in it here. It fired the short signal. Core fired the short signal here. And we write it down and we stay in it. Now, this is a possible trend direction. We got to keep our eye on it. She's continuing to go down. We got a bearish doji here. That tells us there's going to be we've got a yellow candle body with a red outline that tells us she's going back up. And it did. So we change direction here, we jump in it here, we get back up here, we got another lower high. But we've got a green outline with a red candle body. So she fired a long signal, but I'm going to ignore that one, because I always wait for the second candle. Here we've gone back to a red body with a red outline. That tells me, we got a sell signal up here. Do you see it? That tells me there's going to be a trend change. We fired a short signal here, and we headed back down again. trend is coming down. God mode through a buy signal here. Wavy through a buy signal here. The script just through a long signal here. Now, depending on the volume, it's either going to go up or it's going to do a price flip and turn back around. We got a bull cross here. That fired right with the script. It tells me it's going back up. Do we sit and wait? Well, if you're in a long, you're sitting and waiting. If you're looking at the RSI, she's starting to tick up. If you look at these trading indicators down here, the longs and the shorts, they don't even know what the hell they're doing because they're gray signals, which means they're holding back and they're waiting. And when they're holding back and they're waiting, there's not a whole lot of action. There's nothing going on. But you notice every time they start to change color, things happen. Now, those are margin traders. Those are guys on Bitfinex that are moving large amounts of Bitcoin. It's just a little heads up. It's just something I keep my eye on. And I keep my eye on wavy at the same time. Every time there's a candle change of color, there's something going on. God mode called the long. Wavy confirmed the long. Core confirmed the long. But because of the red body, it tells me it's turning around. You have to get used to watching the candle bodies, not just the indicator itself. You've got to watch what's going on in the candle. Because the candle is what it's all about. Let's see, we got 30 seconds. Let's see what happens here. The 10-day is starting to come up. RSI is still in the basement. Let's see what the new candle does. There's no stinking volume, but you'll see it has a red body. There's no volume. Now, how do you trade this? You can't trade it. I mean, that's when it's like this, it's really hard to do anything unless you're already in a position. You know, if you're already in a position, then ride it. If I was still in this short, I'd have got out here, and I would wait. That's what I would do. If this rides sideways for 3 or 4 candles, you can see it. You can see it flashing here. It's indecisive. It doesn't know what it's doing. Nothing knows what it's doing. And if I close this back up like this, that candle body doesn't exist. Because you're only talking about dollars. So it's really hard to trade dollars. Let's go back over here. See if I can give you another example. This is another good example right here. We threw a short signal here. Now this turned right around with a buy signal and a trend change. So we wrote it up. Came back down. Threw a short signal, but I would have waited. I would have waited for the second candle. Because what this is telling me, see, I got a watch alert here. I got a buy signal here. So I wait. She goes back up. She fires another long signal. And she's going back up. We got a watch alert here. We got red outline with a green body. The next candle, she fired a short signal. I would have wrote it down to here. We got a higher low. We got a watch alert here. We got a buy signal here. I'd have jumped in the long. I'd have wrote it up to here. She would have come down to here and here, and here I would have exited. I would have turned it around. And then I would have wrote it all the way back down. It's all about percentages. It's about grabbing the profit you can grab in the candle. We got a sell signal here, 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 and here. After a flat line, I would have jumped in this. I would not have made a lot of money because we're only talking about $10, right? We got a long signal here. Actually, we got a long signal here with God mode. I would have watched this. As soon as this fired, I would have got back into a long. She's starting to head up. We got a bull cross. She's going up. We're hanging on. She's still going up. She's going up. We got a watch alert here. We got a sell alert here. We got a sell alert here. I would have shorted here, and we would have come back down. And then we would have gone sideways again. And we came back down here. And as soon as we got this higher low down here, and she fired the long signal here, and I jumped back in. I wrote it up and kept my eye on it. And as soon as I got the sell signal here, I would have watched. We got a sell signal here, I would have watched. I probably would have jumped in the short, and she would have come back down. That's how I trade. That's what I do. I watch the candle bodies. I watch what it's doing. And that's how I trade. I'm in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out. The scripts don't lie. They give you the information that you need to be in the trade. If all this stuff is... And you don't need to be in a trade, you know. You sit out and wait. Wait until you hit a top. Like this. When she fires a short signal, jump in it. Come on down. This is an indecision candle here. Yellow body, green outline. We got a lower high here. Still a red body. We got a sell signal here. Red body. Now I'm still in the short. Fired another short signal and I write it down. And I would have got out somewhere right in here. And that's what I would have done. That's how I trade. I watch the candles. The indicators tell you what candles to watch. But with the volume on Bitcoin lately, I mean, this sideways stuff all day long is a little bit unnerving. Let's see. Let's go to ETH for a minute. ETH is the same way, right? We got a trend change here. We got a lower high. We got a sell signal here. It's telling us it's going to go down. We got a trend change here with a lower low. And then we got this candle right here. This is where you start to watch. Right here. We got a watch alert. It tells us something's going to happen. It fired a long signal, but you still got a red candle body, right? red candle body, red candle body, watch alerts. The traders are moving money. If you look down here, they're moving money. We got a short signal here with a trend change. We got a short signal here with a trend change. I'd be in this right here. One of these two candles I'd have jumped. And I would have watched, came down to here. We got a watch alert here. Yellow means a trend change. We threw a long signal, but it's got a red outline, right? Red is bearish. So I sit and I wait. She threw a short signal here. I don't like this candle here. It's not giving me any direction except that it's got a green outline, so it's telling me it's going bullish. We threw a long signal. She went up. We got a doji here. It's telling me that we're in trouble. And then we got the short signal here. Short signal here. Sell signal here. Watch alert here. RSI is going up here. It's going to cross. And I will bet in the next candle or so, God mode is going to throw a sell signal. Either on this one or the next one. But that's what I do. That's how I trade. You can see what's going on. Oh, I hope this makes sense. Sometimes my explanations don't make a lot of sense. But these are buy signals. Would I have wanted to flip out of my trade here? That would have depended. How much leverage? Am I going to sit and let me ride it out for a little bit? I generally don't do that. I usually do what Holy Grail tells me to do. That's what I do. I don't mess with it very much. She's spot on. Let me go over here. Let me see if I can shrink this down a little bit. Same thing. This is a price flip. We got a watch alert. She's going back up. Going back up, going back up. We got a watch alert. Tells us she's going to flip. She flips. Do I get out here? No. I sit and I wait. We get another buy signal here. So we're still bullish. She's going back up. Next candle is here. God mode's telling us to get out. Core is telling us to get out, and we write it back down. Let's see if we can go somewhere where I got some major. Let me go back here a little bit. Let's try this. Let me close this up. You're riding a trend. She throws a long signal. She threw a long signal here, right? We got a bull cross here. It's telling me it's going up. Even though it's throwing a short signal, these are price flips, so don't pay attention to this. Pay attention to the candle. Got your lower low. She's going back up. Going back up. We got a trend change alert here. Trend change alert here. All the buy signals are saying buy. We go back up. We get a higher high. We get a watch alert. And then we start getting our shorts again. We got a lower high. This is a trend change. A yellow candle's a trend change. And we got a watch alert. You see we got a buy signal down here. Yellow candle. Watch alert. Grail says short. And we short. I'll tell you, it's hard to trade in here. But in order to catch these, you have to trade these. It's all about percentages. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. You're going to lose a couple of bucks, but you're going to make more money than you're going to lose. That's what trading's all about, making more money. But you can't trade and not lose. Because you can't depend on what the market's going to do. You just can't do it. All you can do is go by what the indicators tell you. If you watch the candle and it tells you that you should be shorting, well then you better be shorting. And it's going to ride down. Watch the alert. You got a bull cross. What's it doing? Wait for the next candle. Price flip. Right about here, because of this sideways action, I'd get out, and I'd stay out until I got another indicator. I'd watch the RSI. If she starts to come up and I get a sell signal, I'll jump. If she starts to drop again, and I get a buy signal, then I'll jump. But when it's doing this, and you're getting these caution alerts here, and you're getting caution alerts here, if you can get out of profit, get out and profit and wait. That's what I would do. If that makes sense. You can't trade this shit in here. I mean, you just can't do it. Because it costs you more to get in and out, in and out, in and out for what? Not even $1? I mean, we're only talking about dollars, right? The spread between here, or 35.63, and here is 35.64. We're only talking about $1, right? You can't trade $1. You need the action. You need the price action. That's what you need. So, and that's what I do. And if I'm on MEX, what I do is I mark it in, I mark it out. The only time I'll use post only is if I'm picking a target. I'll win more than I lose. But do I lose? Of course I do. Sometimes it'll cost me $4 or $5. Sometimes it'll cost me $10. But as long as I'm winning at the end of the day, who cares, right? Because you're going to catch these. That's what you got to worry about. That's the life of a scalper. You got to catch these on a 3-minute chart, right? I don't consider scalping a 1-hour chart. You can scalp a 15-minute chart, but you got to hold it, right? Let's go 15-minute chart. We came off a downtrend here. We're getting indecision candles here. We fired along with a red body. That's going to change. We get a doji. Tells me it's going to change. Starts to go up. I get a bull cross. That makes me feel better. I get up here. I don't know what it's going to do, so I hold and wait. He fires another long. I write it up. Now, because of the way the market is lately, I would probably hold this across here. Till I saw the lower high. She's going to drop. She fires a short signal. This is where I flip. And then I wait. She's going to go up a little bit. So what? This is telling me she's coming back down because I've got 4 sell signals. 1. The red body is 2, 3, 4, 5. And then she comes over and core fires a sell signal, and we write it down. And now we've got a direction change here. What's it going to do? Who knows? Anyway, I hope this makes sense. If you got any other questions, hit me up. But that's what I do, and that's how I do it. So we'll talk to you guys later. Have fun. Make money. Increase your percentages. You'll lose a little bit, you're going to make a whole lot more. We'll talk to you later.